So I'm here on the top story of the Sylvia Park car park on a wonderful Auckland day. You can see behind me. Beautiful. Anyways, this is the all-new GWM Ora Gt, which is the top-of-the-line vehicle, and it's 58,990, so 59,000, and it is a wonderful car to drive. And today I'll be going over a full review of the vehicle from the exterior to the interior, driving impressions, and the safety features. So stay tuned for the full video. The vehicle is started up. Let's look at the exterior. So you've got obviously those alloy wheels you can kind of see there. You've got these actual like vents through there, and they're actually real. The carbon fiber is obviously not real though. You've got your headlights there, which remind me of a Beetle, Volkswagen Beetle, or a Porsche. And you have a little exclamation mark, a fun little logo. I actually like this logo a lot. You've got your front camera over there, and along with all your parking sensors around the vehicle. You've obviously moving on to this side, more carbon fiber over the wheel arch. You've got 18-inch alloy wheels, they look amazing. Red calipers for the front and the rear. You've got your charge port in there, which we should open up now. You've got AC, 11 kilowatts AC, and 67 kilowatts DC, if I remember correctly. And your battery is 63 kilowatt hours. So your wing mirror over here is got your camera built in down there. It's body colored. Some of them are black. This one is body colored. So moving along back here, you've got your red calipers. You've got your 18-inch alloy wheels along with the same carbon fiber accents around, parking sensors at the rear, indicator light built into this, and your brake lamps built in there, and one high-mounted one on the spoiler, which is really nice. It has GT on both sides, shark fin antenna, Ora logo over there, another camera down here, part of the 360 camera. There's 4 cameras around the vehicle used for that. You've got obviously same thing on the other side, GT, tinted rear glass, and you've actually got a sunroof which actually opens up, and it has a built-in sunshade which is retractable via the electronic controls. So hopping inside, you just open the door handle like that. The door is actually quite heavy. You've got your lock, unlock door handle there, your wing mirror, obviously blind spot monitor built into the wing mirror. We'll talk about more safety stuff later. You've got your window controls, there's the car chiming. You've got your window controls there, and obviously this is like a suede type feel. It feels quite nice, honestly. It feels alright, but it looks really good. And obviously plastic down there, and your speaker grill, and your space for your bottle, which should, if I get my bottle, should fit in there, which fits in there nicely. The vehicle is unlocked, so you put your hand there, and it'll unlock the vehicle. You open the door. The door is nice and heavy, and you just sit inside the vehicle like this. You close the door. Your vehicle will chime at you, tell you the warning. Tire pressure is a little low to front and rear, but it's only about a 0.4 less than recommended, so not a big difference. And to start the vehicle, you just put your foot on the brake, and it says already powered up, engage gear to drive, and then you use this little gear selector there. So yeah, that's how you get into the vehicle. So now let's look in the interior. So now we're inside the Ora. You can see the steering wheel has those red accents. Same thing around the whole cabin. You've got red seat belts, red accents with the black interior. You've got your buttons here, which are lit up. They're not individual, but they are actual buttons, not like capacitive. And obviously both sides, this thing controls that screen, and this will control this screen. So you've got your wiper controls, automatic wipers, and automatic lights, along with automatic high beam. You've got your little buttons out there for the automatic tailgate, the light level, and your driving mode, which you can leave in, which you can change. So you've got sport, eco, auto, and normal obviously. Moving down to the center, you've got your gear selector, which is just like a little park with the park in the center, automatic hold, and parking brake. And I will get into this display with the aircon little things there a little bit later. So we've also got a driver monitoring system, which monitors your driving when you're on the cruise control with steering assist, or when you're just driving normally, and it'll warn you if you're distracted or fatigued. So you've also got your little things over there, and you can see it's got a little cat, which is kind of reminiscent of the funky cat or the good cat. And that is a wonderful mirror. That looks really good with the surround lighting. This is probably one of the best, maybe the best mirror in a vehicle. Closing that up. Passenger side gets the same thing. And you've got your big sunroof, which is controlled with this, so you can actually open it up. Like with that, you can retract or put back the sunshade, and with this you can open up the actual sunroof, so it'll go there, you push it again and it'll open up, and it'll also bring up a little net there. So nice to have, and that'll let a lot more light into the vehicle because it is nicely tinted, so when you drive and it's sunny, it doesn't really impact you that much. So now let's look at these seats. So they have GT engraved at the top there. Really nice seat with ventilated seats, so these seats are ventilated, heated, and they're massaging. So, you know, very nice. This seat is very comfortable, the seat I'm sitting on. And the front passenger is 4-way electrically adjustable. And the front driver is about 6-way electrically adjustable with lumbar support built in. Now, I'm sitting behind the seat in easy entry mode, so it's about as far back as it can go. And I'm only 5'5", so I'm not the tallest, but I've got a lot of legroom, a lot of knee room, and a lot of headroom. And obviously, because this part, how do I convey it on video? See, you can kind of see it kind of goes up like that to make space for this sunroof. But lots of headroom back here. It's actually a comfortable space. It's a small transmission tunnel, but that's fine. These seats at the back are not perforated, however. They are kind of like a suede-ish material with the leatherette around it. Still a very comfortable seat though, along with a center armrest and obviously adjustable headrests and 3-point seat belts with 2 ISOFIX points on the outboard seats. No seat heating and only a singular USB back here. Now, the mirror, well, not the mirror, the window test, this is actually quite important. It's automatic up and down, and it goes all the way down, so it's nice. Moving on to the boot, let's open this up. So there's like a little button over here, right there. You just press it, it buzzes, and it opens up nicely. A bit slow, but it's fine. So we've got about 228 liters of boot space back here, which, I mean, is alright. For a vehicle this size, it's expected. This is like good. Obviously you can take this out and it also moves like that, so it's nice. You see 3 top tether points, and down here you do have a opening but not much space underneath. You've just got your jack and your emergency charger along with some tire filling kits or emergency tire repair. And people are honking like crazy because we're up here. You know what? I'll try fit myself in the boot. I think I can fit. I'll see. So I'm inside the boot. So a 5'5" guy can fit inside the back of the boot. Not the biggest place in the world. I am actually cramped. It's only 228 liters, so it's very small, but you can fit a man in the back at least. And to close it, obviously, you just kind of push that. That's closed. Now let's go ahead and look at the display. Now that we're inside, we should actually probably take a look at this display. Now, this should get Android Auto. This vehicle does not have the software update which gives it Android Auto as of yet, so I can't actually connect my phone and show that. Although it does have Apple CarPlay. So this is the home. You've just got these simple settings, mobile phone interaction. You press apps, and you get obviously all of this stuff. Vehicle settings, and you can actually just scroll through. And it's a very smooth display. You've got quick access to the aircon controls here, and you push this. You've got obviously the aircon over there, and seat massaging on, high, low, off, and you've got your phone over there. The vehicle settings and the system settings. So system settings over here, you have your hotspot for the vehicle, so you can connect to the vehicle's hotspot. You've got sound settings, sound effects, you've got DTS sound effects which will turn on. You've got obviously display adjustment, so you can turn it on. It's on automatic on basically everything. You've got your dashboard display, so you can turn it on manual, but you can change it to what you want. You've got your intelligent, this is your customization. So this is your customization for what's on the screen. You've got your display, sound, hotspot, connection, all those little settings, and your system information through there. And obviously closing that, that's like how you swipe down to get like some additional functions over there. So ESC is actually off. Is it off? No, now it's off. So that means that it's on. Swiping up, pushing back on these apps, you can go to your vehicle settings. And over here you can change things like your driver assistance. So you've got front, lane, traffic. You've got in-car, body, lighting, and obviously you can see single pedal mode. I turned that on. I turned it on before. Maybe it resets when you get into the car. And obviously you have all these settings. A very smooth display while it's charging as well, obviously. So this is a very smooth display in my opinion. Works really well. It does everything it should. Smooth. Once Android Auto comes, obviously, it'll be even better. So, this display at the moment, even without Android Auto, is amazing. Obviously with all these settings and whatnot. You've got some controls over here, so you can turn on your rear defogger, front defogger, hazard lights, AC, you can turn that on or off, and you can turn on the fan. So if I press that, it turns it on there. And I can turn off the AC from here, so if I turn off the AC, it says AC is off. Yeah, and then it'll turn back on, and there's actually like little indicator lights on top to show whether it's on or off. So yeah, and obviously a 12-volt outlet down here with 2 USB ports. I don't think there's any USB C's on this car. I only found USB A's. You also do have a wireless charging pad, which you can turn on or off from the screen if you don't wish to use it. So yeah, that's about that screen. This screen in front shows you cars, shows you your speed, traffic signs, your range, your obviously all those other information, and you can obviously change it. So I do have to fasten my seatbelt because it will not let me change the screen until I do so, which is a bit weird. So once I do that, you can power on the vehicle. Okay, but you can change, so you can change that screen. You can obviously look at all this. It shows you all the cars. It shows you lane markers, traffic cones. I think it shows you traffic cones, but there needs to be a lot of them in a straight line for it to actually show them. It does also show you like the guardrail on the motorway when you're driving along something. If it thinks it's a guardrail, it'll show that. It'll show trucks, cars, it'll differentiate from all the models. So it's actually kind of good, and it does show you vehicles around, and it does show you the lanes next to you as well, and it does show you vehicles so you know where they are in the lane. It just gives you a bit of confidence when you're using the system, and when you're using the driver assistance. And you have got your controls here: 1 tab back for cruise, double tab back for steering assist. We will test those out obviously later, but yeah, so these are quite good. So a really nice interior in this vehicle. So let's get to a drive. So, to put it in drive, you put your foot on the brake, and you turn this needle like that, or this little hockey puck, and you should be able to go. It has auto hold, so these are programmable buttons. So these 2 buttons on the top, they are programmable. If I push this, it'll actually turn on the 360 camera. Warning me, obviously, if I turn on intelligent parking, I'm going to drive around and try find a space. Now this 360 camera system is insanely good. It has 3D modes, it has everything, so I'm going to drive on. I'm going to actually try look for a parking spot. Actually, I might try show you here. It does show you the proximity of the vehicles on the screen. Like if I get close, you can see on there, it shows you the proximity. Should do. It shows you and it beeps on that screen, so it's really nice. Okay, so parking space found. Please brake. So now I have to click to start parking. I think start parking over there. I click that and I release the brake, and now it should start parking. So it is moving forward on its own. And obviously reverse. So obviously you have to monitor your surroundings, but unlike other cars, you don't have to hold the button or anything. You just let it do what it needs to do. And yeah, it turns the wheel nicely. You don't have to press the brake or anything. Obviously, yeah, a bit indecisive there. Let's see if it does. That time I first had, it's obviously a bit slow, but it does turn on the hazard lights, so I guess, and honestly it's fine because it does do a really good job at the parking. Like I showed you at the beginning, I was perfectly in the center, and it was, it was just good. So, obviously reversing in, the screen, and it'll stop right where it needs to. Parking complete, you just turn the wheel a little bit to tell you it's, to tell the car that you're there. And there we go. We're parked in the spot, and if you turn on 3D, you can actually look. So we're on 3D mode, and we can actually look around the vehicle. You can actually see it shows you that little thing there to show you how far close you are, and you can see we're basically in the center of the lane. We're in the center of the car park. That is amazing. So yeah. So now let's get into the driving. So now that we're in the vehicle, we can put on the seatbelt, which is nice and red. And basically turn on the AC because it is really hot. We'll actually close. Actually, I will leave that open. Put my foot on the brake, and I will put it to drive. Dinging at me because I am currently the object behind me. I don't think it should ding at you if you're obviously in drive and the object behind is close. I'll close that in case steep wind noise. I'll leave the sunroof open. Yeah, nice. So that's a bit shaky. So obviously you got that 360 camera. Maybe that camera at the back can see. Actually, let me check something. If I get like really, really close to this curb, it doesn't pick it up. It only picks up the really high curbs, and the actual auto hold does work on the downhill, which is amazing. This car does actually surprise me sometimes. It is really nice to drive. I actually really like this vehicle. So there you go. It's warning me. Maybe you can see there. Yep, definitely going over speed bumps. That camera does shake a lot, but you know, we're going right now and it's doing really good. So yeah. Okay. Okay, there we go. I can. You have to put backspace. Ooh, wrong way. I almost was going back up, which would not be good. I was actually meant to keep on going around. Anyway, that's fine. Obviously, left-hand side is the indicator. Put it all the way up so it doesn't turn off until you complete your maneuver, or actually push it down. So you can probably see at the back camera there. I will indicate once. It'll go 3 times. If I put it all the way up, it'll go until I turn the steering wheel enough, or until I put it back up. Nope, not back up, back down. So I just have to put it back down 1. If I do it like that and back down all the way, it'll actually turn on the left indicator. I just have to put it 1 took up. Okay, we're going down. We're in the exit only. Actually drive around Sylvia Park for a bit. Actually, so this curb is a bit high. See what it does if it picks it up. Not beeping at me that I'm near the curb. I don't want to get too close in case I do curb these wheels, because these wheels are 18-inch in size, and I do not want to curb them. Actually, there's a nice Model X up there. We're passing through the Tesla chargers. It does not show the people on the screen. It shows the cars a bit. It is. Let's go this way. Exit this way. So, you know, we are going down the ramp. Being with me because I'm close. So it does work, and obviously back to light mode. Bumps. Not too bad. A little bit. Let's drive through Sylvia Park, and I might try parking the vehicle. The indicators did confuse me at first, but honestly, after just one time using them, it feels very natural now. This car feels very natural to drive, and now that the regen is actually working, because the battery has depleted a little bit. When your battery is 100%, it doesn't actually let you use regen, which I think is... Tesla does let you use it, and it's always on, but it'll like show that it's not going to be able to regenerate that much just because it's like full battery. This car actually turns it off, and you do have to turn it back on when you when it runs out of charge a little bit. You know, speed bumps are quite nice. They're, you know, quite good. It's a bit firm, the suspension, but honestly, in comparison to other vehicles, it feels alright. Compared to my Leaf, I should probably make some comparisons there. It is definitely firmer, but it's not too bad. It's alright. I'd say it's a good suspension. I feel like this would be really fun to like go on a track or through some corners, but yeah, obviously I can't do that today. Wish I could. That would be fun. So we're currently driving through Sylvia Park, a bit of these lower speed areas, and it's handling it really well. Definitely, you know, it's really good. Yeah, lower speed. It's a really nice car. Cruises really well. That's the automatic blind spot camera. It doesn't work at high speeds, and I don't know why it doesn't show you behind the vehicle, because it is a blind spot camera. On the screen it will show you, you know, little objects on the screen, like a little orange symbol when it is going down the hill in one pedal driving. It is holding the speed, not slowing down enough. That has to do with the fact that the car is full at the moment in terms of charge. It is absolutely full. There's actually a fair going on there. Yeah, the one pedal driving is definitely it's there. You can feel the one pedal driving, but it's definitely not as strong as in a Tesla. So, you know, it's there. That's good. It takes a second or so before it actually starts regenerating, which it's not the best because I let my foot off just as I want to like start slowing down. But in this car, it doesn't seem to do that. Instead, it just seems to want to like slow down a second. So it's, let me count actually. So I'm letting off 1001. Yeah, one setting. Just 1 second, and it takes for it to actually start slowing down. So we're coming up here to a intersection. So I don't actually know where I'm going. I'm just driving around to obviously show the vehicle. Maybe I will head to Newmarket. So I have been driving around for a bit now, and I will definitely say, yeah, the accelerator has a delay when you push it, and when you actually, when you push it for it to start moving, and when it is on, like when you let off to actually start regen, there is a second delay on both of those, which is, you know, it's fine. It's not the end of the world, but it's just, it's a thing there which is, it's just not as good. You know, I would assume a software update should be able to fix it if it can, but, you know, I feel like it should have been more refined, the accelerator and the tuning for all that. Although, when you are driving, it's fine. It's a really nice car to drive. I enjoy it. The road noise through, like, Auckland streets at the moment seems to be good. It's not too loud inside, it's not too quiet. It is definitely, you know, not the quietest car. Tesla is obviously quieter, and Audi, all those, but for a car at this price point, this is really good. Suspension is good. Accelerator is only one thing I have to say, is that accelerator delay is just, it's not the end of the world. It's just a little annoying that this car has such an issue. I feel like it should have been more ironed out when the car was you know, obviously being tested and obviously being built, but it seems it wasn't. So let's calm my blind spot. I'm going to turn on the indicator. It actually warned me that there's a car there and will, you know, tell me, which is good. So I can just driving around, and comfort levels in this car are good. There's good comfort in this car. The suspension is good. The driving assist seems to be so good so far. It just seems to do everything I need it to do. Nothing too extreme. We will actually test out the driving assist on the motorway later, but at the moment this is really nice. The steering wheel feels nice as well. The settings are nice. The seat is really comfortable. The massage is nice. This is a wonderful car, and you can buy this car, the base model, so without the sunroof, without the front parking sensors. You still get 360 cameras, no automatic parking, but you know, you still get all this like big displays, driver assist, everything. You get all of that, and it only costs $42,990, I think it was. They're doing a $5,000. So the car price before was $47,000. Now it's $42,000 with the $5,000 discount that the dealer that I got this car is doing. So Great Wall Motors near Sylvia Park, Andrew Simms. They actually are running a special, $5,000 off this vehicle. So, you know, it's a good vehicle, and for that price, you literally, I don't think you could buy anything better. This is an amazing vehicle to drive. It's the cheapest EV you can buy in New Zealand. The one thing is the charging speed. The charging speed could be better, but charging speed is alright. Like, it's 67 kilowatt. If it's mainly a city car, which I think it's designed to be, I mean, that is all you really need, in my opinion. You don't need it to have, like, the biggest battery, the fastest charging speed for a city car, because you're going to charge at home anyway, and 11 kilowatts AC charging, that's like the fastest that most cars have these days, and it's 3-phase power. So most places you can't even get that fast charging speed. So it's, you know, it's pointless to have like 11 kilowatts in New Zealand. Most places don't have 3-phase power, but if you have 3-phase power, you can get 11 kilowatts of home charging speed. You know, if you're in the market, this is like, I was expecting it to have more issues because of how cheap it is, and the guy there did tell me this car did not take off like they expected. It definitely had a bit of a slow launch, but honestly, I can't find a single like major issue with it. I mean, once you learn how to drive with this little accelerator thing, delay, it's perfectly fine. There's really no issue in there. So, you know, I think it's time we park up. We change the camera angle a little bit around, because we do not need the face cam no more. I think I'll park up, change the camera angles around a little bit, because I do not need the face camera as of now, I don't think, so turn it off. I'll change the camera to show this driver assistance screen, and we'll go test out the driver assist functions. So here we are joining the on-ramp. So now we're joining the on-ramp, so you should see it shows guardrail, the lane line. It should be... So we'll change lanes all the way to the right lane. And yeah, so now once we're in the lane, it didn't pick up that 80 speed zone, although it is an 80 here, so we should toggle back one time for 80, put it to 85. And you know, so this is just cruise control, it's on. I can change the distance, you should be able to see that. I'll put it so you can change it from 1, 2, 3, 4 settings. So I'll put it down to 2, I'll put it down to 3, wait no, 2, yeah, I'll put it down to 2. Steering assist is actually active, I can feel it. It's just making sure that I'm not too close to the side. Like if I do go towards the side, it should begin to, yeah, it does correct me in. And if I pull back twice on this stick, like autopilot, it turns on smart cruise, so I can take my hands off for a very short amount of time though. But you know, that's expected. This is a hands-on level 2 driver assistance system. It's not a, you know, autonomous, fully autonomous. It's a level 2 driving assist. So this corner should be taken at 65. This is still 80, but it's not slowing down. It's slowing down a little bit. I have intelligent cornering turned on. I'm tugging. I'm putting, yeah. So that was too much control for the vehicle to like take through. But yeah, so it's not bad compared to autopilot, which would handle that just fine. This one clearly couldn't, and obviously this bend as well is a little bit too extreme as well for this car to actually handle. Yeah. Although I do like that if you don't put your, yeah. So now we're going 60 through here. So it doesn't slow down like instantly, although it does still give you some. So it's 50. So what I do is I depress it here, it turns down to 52, because that's the offset I have set, is actually 52 kilometers an hour. So I have it set to 2 kilometers over the speed limit before it starts dinging at me, and that's how it is here. I'm not touching the wheel, it'll come to full stop. And when it does come to full stop, it doesn't let you use a stalk to resume. It does tell you to put your foot on the accelerator to start moving again once you come to full stop. Oh, there we go. So this time it actually resumes automatically. Now it's going very slowly. Yeah, so it's going very slowly. So I'm actually going to step on it here to you know, give it the confidence it needs, because this is technically a 50, yes, but there is the it is a 50. No, this is actually an 80 now. It didn't pick up an 80 sign. I actually don't know if I saw an 80 sign, but this is an 80 zone, I think. But yeah, we're on smart cruise. This cruise control system, honestly, yeah, it's going a bit to the left. It's definitely a bit more to the left than to the right, but you can, yeah. If I do tug the wheel, it goes out of lateral control mode, so it won't like move me left to right anymore. But you know, once it is engaged and it's just going, it is very nice and smooth, very lovely. We're actually going to join the motorway here, so we're going to go on the around this kind of curve over there, and it's very quick to tell you to put your hands on the wheel, and it just needs a little bit of tug on the wheel to let you know that you're still there. And it switches obviously from dark mode to light mode very nicely. It is definitely moving though to the side, like it's definitely going to the outside and the inside of the lane when it is like taking a corner. Not too bad, and it is definitely, it's willing to put down a lot more power when it is coming to a stop. So what I'll do is I'll actually disengage here, because we are going to be coming to a stop over here. We are joining the motorway. So you know, those smaller motorway type things, expressway, I don't know what you'd call it, it definitely performs good. I feel like this car does get people's heads to turn a lot, and the indicators are actually that circular light I showed you outside. I can actually see in the reflection now. That's what the indicators are like in the front. So you know, we're joining 100. So we should be able to just, yeah. So performance of this vehicle is amazing. So now we're going to obviously join the motorway, see what the performance is like once we're on. So actually I'll change the mode to sport mode. So it's actually telling me maintain a safe distance. Thank you. So it's telling me to maintain a safe distance. It's saying I'm too close to the car in front. I don't like. I know it's not a 2-second gap, and this will be max power, so it's obviously going quite well. What we'll do is we'll put it back to automatic. We'll engage cruise control, and we'll put it up to 100. We should be not on steering assist, but just on cruise control. I noticed the cars where it shows them up on the screen is definitely not like realistic to real life that much. Although you get a good idea, and you pull back. Well, it hasn't activated now. When it gives you the option, it shows you the steering wheel dip. You just pull back twice, and now smart cruise control is active, and we can bump the speed up to 105, so we can maintain traffic flow a little better. Put it to 3. The steering wheel is shaking. Yeah, that was definitely moving a bit to the side. It turns on. The thing I like about this is after you change lanes, or if you do take control, once you're back in the center of the lane, it does actually just engage back on. It's not super ping-pongy, but it's also not super centered. This is for this price, and honestly I think compared to other EA vehicles, it is very like nice, and I do really love this display. It tells you obviously everything on that display. It's really just smooth and just it works. So obviously we're going into a city now, and everything works. So I'm going to test out the driver monitoring system. If I put my hands over, so I put my hands over, nothing happened. I'm going to look to the right a little bit, but obviously my eyes are still in the front. There's a depress button to set speed. Oh, interesting. So it didn't actually. So the driver assistance, I'm going to tell. The driver assistance is good, but that driver monitoring thing is clearly not as impressive. And it keeps on me to depress button to set speed because we're in 100 and I'm going 105. But it's more that it just picked up the 50 sign on the off ramp there. So it told me to change the speed down. I'm happy that it doesn't actually change the speed automatically, and instead lets the driver decide if you want to actually change the speed, you just by pressing the cruise control stroke. But just setting it down to 50 on the motorway, if it did it automatically, that would have been like the worst thing it could have done. But yeah, thankfully it's not automatic, and it is a manual system to change it on and off. What we will do is we'll probably get off the motorway here. This next Khyber pass, we'll probably get off the motorway here. So it doesn't actually exit steering assist mode. It always oh shit. Yeah. That was like, it slowed down a lot. I feel like its cruise control is not as smooth as other vehicles. It definitely feels a lot more like jerky kind of when it's coming up to slower traffic. But it does, you can see it there. The left line is actually the guardrail. It's showing you where the guardrail is. And obviously that is the Sky Tower up front. We're entering the city now. So good so far. Let's see, it says the speed limit's 50. If I pull it back, I feel like it'll set it to 50. Actually, maybe not. When I go past 80, it picks up to 80. Pull the cruise control stroke back to me, it sets it to 82. And yeah, not that we're going 82 anyway, but you know. I'll actually count how long it takes for to us to put hands on the wheel. So 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011. So about 10 seconds to put your hands on the wheel. So, you know, it's honestly, for a system that's like this competent, that's honestly, I would say, yeah, that's good. I don't want it to go too long, especially if it's not like super confident in itself, but I also don't want it to like not let me go long enough. I feel like it should definitely let me go longer. Maybe 15 seconds if it's on the motorway, but obviously because it doesn't have a mapping system, it won't really know, you know, where it can go. indicator was on, but it did actually ask me to, it did apply a bit of steering tug, vibration force, telling me that I'm leaving the lane. Obviously I know I am, but it's like, oh, bit of, actually you know what, that slowdown was nice. So that is us with the driver assistance segment. We are done with the driver assist. So, you know, that's all good. We can turn off this camera. So this is what happens when you don't put your hands on the wheel. Its electronic brake assist is on. It's stopping me in the lane. It's keeping the steering on. It's turned the hazards on. It is slowing down, definitely, and should bring me to a complete stop. Actually bring me to a stop at the traffic light, which is actually really nice. So now, let's get back into the vehicle. Put my foot on the brake. Engine is powered up. Sorry about what happened before. I will probably just have to switch to that one camera head on the windshield. I mean, on my window. But it seems that the driver assist, that camera at the back ended up turning off, which... Okay, yeah, that is a strong as launch. Holy, that was good. Okay, so it's in sport mode. Yeah, so very good launch. I'll probably turn that back on so it gets all the safety stuff back. But that is an amazing launch. This car is very powerful. Yeah, so that should be what I do now. Do my closing thoughts. This vehicle definitely has a few drawbacks, and I think the main thing is the accelerator. That is the one thing which is actually bugging me a lot, is the accelerator. Apart from the accelerator being a little bit more, what would the word be? A little bit more, like, delayed. That's the only thing I could think of, which is actually, like, a downside to this vehicle. Everything else seems to be well. The safety systems work well, they're not super intrusive. The automatic parking is there. It's got a really good 360 camera. The driving itself is obviously really nice. Suspension is not super firm, but it's still firm enough, because this is obviously a GT car. So it is a bit firm, the suspension, but not super firm. And it's powerful enough for front-wheel drive. I don't think it should be more powerful, just because if it is more powerful, it will not like get as much traction. Like now that we're on the on-ramp, I'm not even gonna think, I'm just gonna accelerate, and yeah, so it is very powerful, but not too powerful where it's bad. So it keeps that traction nicely, doesn't lose traction. Let's close it. $42,000 with the special that Great Wall Motors in Andrew Simms near the Sylvia Park is. What they're having is really good. I think for that price, this vehicle is an insanely good deal, especially with Android Auto coming from an update. It is obviously like amazing. I feel like this is what people should be buying, and I don't know why it didn't take off as much as some of the other cheaper EVs, because honestly I feel like this is nicer than, well, I haven't reviewed the MG, but I have seen a bit of the inside and other reviews online, and in my opinion this is a lot nicer than the ZS EV and the MG4, although this is a lot smaller, so that could be part of the reason why people don't buy it. But for a small city cruiser, and honestly even a motorway runner, this thing is insanely comfortable. The suspension is great, driver assistance is great, steering wheel is great, well, the technology in this thing is absolutely amazing. I just don't understand why more people aren't buying into this vehicle. So for me it gets a thumbs up and probably a 4 out of 5 star. A few small issues, but should be able to be fixed with software. So honestly I would recommend this vehicle to a lot of people who want to buy one. My closing thoughts, that's all I have to say. Everything I said before I stand with. It's an amazing car, and you should probably go and buy one. If you're looking at an EV and you just want a small EV enough for 4 people, this is a good price. It has good features, it has everything you need. Obviously I'd recommend going to test drive one first, because obviously the brake pedal I will say is a bit firm. It's not firm, but it's just a bit strong. I would probably recommend test driving it to see how it feels for you. If you don't mind that, and you'll obviously get used to it over time, it's fine. Yeah, this is a very nice car. Recommend buying it. And obviously I have to say thanks to Great Wall Motors at Andrew Simms near Sylvia Park for giving me the opportunity to test drive this vehicle. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, and obviously more videos coming soon. If you want any other reviews on any other Great Wall Motor products such as Haval or whatever, definitely comment down below. If you want to know anything else about this car, comment down below, and I will be sure to respond, and I will definitely try to make it happen. I will definitely try to get another vehicle to review from them if you guys want to. And any other vehicles, obviously, from any other brands either. I am fine with reviewing anything you guys want me to review. And yeah, so just definitely comment down below. I'll get to your comment, I will reply. If you have any questions about this vehicle as well, please comment down below. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. It's obviously, and thank you for 100 subscribers. It's a big milestone for, well, not a big milestone, but honestly it's a milestone that I'm really happy I hit. 100 subscribers is something that I didn't think I would hit on this YouTube channel, considering how small it was growing at first. And don't get me wrong, I love this channel and I love making videos for it. It's honestly an amazing hobby, and maybe one day could turn into a career. So thank you guys for the support, thank you for watching, and you guys will see me in the next video.